Have you ever actually won an argument on the internet? And I mean truly won. Like the other person types out, "Wow, you've made an excellent point. Thank you for enlightening me. I've completely changed my mind." No, right? Never. If you have, please screenshot it, frame it, and hang it in your living room because you have witnessed something rarer than a unicorn riding a UFO. So why is that? Why is it that in an age of infinite information, where every fact is just a click away, we've all become more stubborn, more entrenched in our own opinions than ever before? The answer is as terrifying as it is hilarious. We desperately want the truth, but on one tiny, non-negotiable condition, that it looks, sounds, and feels exactly like what we already believe. Welcome to the greatest show on earth, your own brain. And today, we're looking at the headline act, a magic trick we are all masters of, the elegant art of fooling yourself, otherwise known as confirmation bias. Now, I know it sounds like a term from a dusty psychology textbook, but don't worry. It's simply the little mechanism in your head that makes you scroll past 19 complex, well-researched articles in the New York Times to click on the one that says, "New study suggests eating pizza may help you live longer." And you just go, "I knew it!" Imagine your brain is a bouncer at an ultra-exclusive nightclub called My Beliefs. Every piece of information, every fact, every bit of data that wants to get in has to show its ID. If that info looks familiar, if it's dressed just like the other guests already inside, your bouncer brain slaps it on the back and says, "Come on in, buddy," and pours it a nice cool shot of dopamine. It feels good. It feels validating to be proven right. But what if a piece of information shows up that looks different, that challenges the VIPs inside? Your bouncer brain immediately kicks it to the curb, no questions asked, muttering, "We don't serve your kind of truth here." This isn't a bug, it's a feature. Our brains are wired to conserve energy. Processing new, conflicting, and complex information burns a lot of calories. Finding things that reinforce what you already think, that's as easy as eating a donut. And our brain is, to put it kindly, a world-class slacker. It's happening everywhere. Let's start with the device in your hand, the endless holy war between Apple and Android. Does anyone really buy an iPhone because they sat down and made a detailed Excel spreadsheet comparing processor speeds, RAM, and open source ecosystems? No. Most of us pick a side based on a vibe, our friends, the marketing, or because it just looks cleaner. And after you've dropped $1,200 on it, what does your brain do? It immediately hires itself as your personal defense attorney. You actively seek out reviews praising the iPhone's camera, you read articles about the buttery smooth iOS, and you smirk at videos titled 10 Reasons Android Still Sucks. You're not looking for objective truth, you're looking for reassurance for your purchase. You need to know you weren't an idiot for spending the equivalent of a trip to Mexico on a phone with a fruit logo. Meanwhile, the Android faithful are doing the exact same thing, worshiping their customization, mocking the notch, and feeling like they're part of some smart, tech-savvy resistance. Both sides are living in parallel truth universes, custom-built to make them feel like the hero of their own story. Or how about the workplace? You have a brilliant idea to improve a workflow. You present it to your boss. Your boss, who's been there for 20 years, nods along and then hits you with, "That's a nice thought, but it reminds me of that system we tried back in '03 that failed. Let's just stick with what works." Your boss isn't being evil. Their brain just activated its experience filter. Every new idea gets scanned through that filter, and if it doesn't match something they already know was successful, it gets flagged as risky or unrealistic. Meanwhile, a terrible idea that sounds vaguely like one of their past successes might get praised as a strategic initiative. This is why so many companies get stuck in a rut. It's not a lack of talent. It's that the decision makers are locked in a cage built from their own past experiences. They're seeking confirmation of past success, not the truth about the future. And of course, we have to talk about the grand coliseum of bias, the internet. The algorithms on Google, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, they are not neutral librarians finding the truth for you. They're hyper-efficient personal shoppers for your reality, whose only job is to bring you more of what you've already shown you like. If you search for benefits of a vegan diet, you will be served an ocean of articles about health, ethics, and glowing-skinned influencers. If you search for dangers of a vegan diet, you'll be dropped into a world of nutrient deficiencies, fatigue, and cautionary tales. You're not exploring a topic, you're choosing a reality, and the algorithm will happily pave that road with the bricks of your own beliefs. We willingly walk into these echo chambers where every sound we hear is just the echo of our own voice. It's cozy, it's safe, and it is incredibly dangerous. It turns dialogue into combat and turns people with different opinions into enemies. Because in our personalized world, a conflicting view isn't just wrong. It feels like a personal attack on the reality we've so carefully constructed. So let's try a little experiment. The next time you see a headline, a shocking discovery that perfectly aligns with your worldview, something like, "Drinking coffee every morning boosts IQ by 20 points." Before you smash that share button with the caption, "I knew it!" just pause. Do the uncomfortable thing. Go to Google and type "dangers of drinking coffee every morning," or "study on coffee and IQ criticized." Try playing devil's advocate for your own beliefs. It will feel weird, like putting on shoes that are a size too small. You'll feel an internal resistance, a little voice whispering, "Come on, don't ruin this. This feels good. Being right is awesome." That voice, my friends, is the sound of your confirmation bias working overtime. So why does any of this matter? Well, besides turning family dinners into war zones and getting unfollowed on Instagram, it has real consequences. In science, it stalls discovery, as even scientists, who are human, might unconsciously look for data that supports their hypothesis and ignore data that doesn't. In business, it leads to million-dollar decisions based on a CEO's gut feeling instead of market reality. And in our personal lives, it stops us from growing. If you only ever engage with ideas you already agree with, you will never learn anything new. You will forever be the same version of yourself you were yesterday. You're building a wall around your little garden of knowledge and thinking it's the whole world. Is it hard to escape? Incredibly. It's like asking a fish to notice water. This bias is our natural habitat. You can't eliminate it completely, but you can learn to swim in it consciously. Just being aware of it is the first, most powerful step. Get in the habit of being skeptical of the things that make you feel the most comfortable. Actively seek out people you disagree with, not to fight, but to listen. What are they seeing that you're not seeing? Where are the holes in your own argument? It takes humility and courage, two things in short supply these days. We live in a time where we have access to more information than any generation in human history. But having more information doesn't automatically make us wiser. It just means we have more bricks to build our own personal belief prisons. The objective truth is still out there, but it's often cold, complicated, and it doesn't really care about our feelings. It doesn't fit perfectly into anyone's worldview. So the next time you feel that warm, satisfying glow after reading something and thinking, "See, I knew it," just take a second. Ask yourself, did I just find a piece of the truth, or did I just find a really beautiful mirror? And between those two, which one is actually going to move you forward?